What's up, Bulldogs? All right, I got this question from a guy that filled out a little survey that I did here. I'm kind of rebooting this channel, and I said, hey, if you fill out the survey, I'll answer a question on video for you. And he said, I'm very obese. I've been trying to lose weight, but every time I follow a diet or workout program, only for some time, then I fall back to my bad habits. Also, I procrastinate on every important task. First of all, I'm going to just recommend you a book. I want you to read The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. I love Steven. He's been on this channel. Great guy. I got to reconnect with him. If you can find that original version of The War of Art, or just if you can just read the book, do it, okay? Because what you're going to find is what you're describing here. I have the same problem. Everyone watching this video has the same problem. This is life. This is resistance, as Steven Pressfield calls it. You're never going to cure yourself of this. You know what his solution for this is? Do the work. That's it. Do the work. Be a professional. The problem that you have, and the problem that I have, the problem that we all have, is we're not treating ourselves as professionals. We think we have to feel a certain way. We're not just clocking in and just getting the shit done. That's it. We're finding all these distractions, all these reasons to fail, to self-sabotage. And believe me, I didn't talk about it enough in my last video, but I self-sabotaged the shit out of myself the last 3 years to the point where it's insane how much I have self-sabotaged myself. So I get it, man. I've been there. I am there. Maybe not on the weight loss part, but I've been there for sure many times, and I will be there again. But let me give you some advice. Trying to lose weight. Every time you follow a diet or workout program for some time, then you fall back to your bad habits. Here's what you got to do. So first of all, let's talk about how to change a habit, all right? Or how to change bad habits, how to change an addiction, how to break an addiction, because that's what you have. I have a thing called the rubber band theory, which is this. That's like, look, if you take a rubber band and you pull it back, what's going to happen is that if you keep on pulling that thing, eventually it's going to snap. Right? And maybe you lose grip on it and it snaps back and it goes the opposite direction. And what happens is that that's when you binge. That's when you're trying to abstain from doing something and you actually indulge further in it. And you feel bad about yourself. You do. You beat yourself up. And guess what? The only cure that's going to make you feel good is re-indulging in that behavior, because you already took a bite of the chocolate cake. You might as well eat the whole damn thing. And I've been there before. Everyone's been there before. So if you want to break an addiction or a bad habit, the answer is not to try to use your willpower to stop. In fact, there's a really good book by Benjamin Hardy called Willpower Doesn't Work. Identity is what controls your actions, because your actions flow from your nature. That's who you are. That's who you choose to be. That's who you see yourself as. And so if your nature is an obese person, your actions will be of an obese person. So what you have to do is you have to change your identity. You have to change how you see yourself. And that's why Steven Pressfield's advice is so good, because when he calls himself a professional and says you need to be a professional, that's a lens that you view yourself. It's an identity shift. It's changing your nature instead of trying to change your actions. When you try to change your actions specifically and hold back from doing things and use your willpower, you will eventually fail and you will snap back. But when you change your identity, your new actions will flow from that new identity. For example, let's say you became a tree-hugging hippie, okay? That was your identity. It'd probably be easy for you to do yoga and eat granola. Because that's what you would want to do, because that's your identity. There's an identity shift that I had when I started seeing myself, for example, as a runner. Me running long distance, I never run more than 3 miles before. But now I've run an ultra marathon of 50 miles. I've run several full marathons. I've trained hard. I've run 100-mile weeks. I started seeing myself as a distance runner. That was my identity. So it became my nature. And so my actions flowed from that. And so what I would suggest that you do is stop trying to do some diet or workout program. Instead, start seeing yourself differently. And then don't worry about all this other stuff. Just do the work every morning. Have a schedule, have a plan, and just rain or shine, no matter what, no matter how you feel, just stick to that plan. Don't try and hold back. Just do the things you're supposed to do with that new identity. And when you start really thinking about this and seeing yourself differently, I want you to see yourself as an athlete. I want you to see yourself as a prime physical specimen. I want you to really visualize this badass version of yourself and think about it. And think about, who is this guy? Who is this man? Does he cheat on his diet? Does he skip a workout? Hell no. He's a fucking badass. So he does badass shit. So I want you to think of yourself like that. And then you're going to start doing badass shit. It's going to happen. I promise you. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall. But When you have this attitude, you see them as mistakes, not as failures, because your identity says who you are. And you know the kind of person that you are. You know the actions that you're going to follow through with. Procrastination, same thing. Again, read The War of Art. You'll see how to deal with procrastination. You just got to do it. There is no cure. You're going to have to fight the battle anew every single day, but you can get good at fighting that battle. And believe me, I used to think that discipline was something that you created and built and it stayed with you. What I have learned in the last 3 years, if anything, is that I didn't build anything. I didn't build discipline. I am not more disciplined than I was 10 years ago. For all the work that I've put in, all the effort that I thought I was building my discipline and my mental toughness, I'm a weak motherfucker, all right? I can be strong, but I have to choose it every damn day. That's it. But I will tell you that the more that you choose it and the more that you allow that to be your identity and the less that you rest on your laurels and your previous accomplishments, the easier it will be to make that choice, even though the execution will be just as hard, and you'll have something that is more powerful than what's holding you back now, and that is pride. Because you'll know what you've done and who you are and what you're doing every day. And there's a thin line between pride and entitlement. And I've crossed that line into entitlement. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, because I rested on my laurel. I was like, you know who I am, you know what I've done. It doesn't fucking matter today, right? Because it doesn't matter how high you climb, you can fall right back down, and there is no safety net. There is nothing that is going to prevent you from falling. You have to respect the climb. If you don't put in the work every single day, you might be able to skate for a little while, but you will fall. So you have to respect that. And so that's what I want you to do. I want you to do the things I said in this video. I want you to change that identity, but I want you to respect the process. I want you to value that every day. I want you to never, ever, ever think that you've made it, because you never have made it. You will still have to fight this battle, and that's fine. As soon as you accept that this is a battle that you have to fight, and not only do you have to fight that battle, but you like fighting that battle, because that is part of being a man, because that is part of who you are, then you're going to get there and you're going to stay there. But don't be like me. Don't forget about that. Don't lose the respect that you had for the process, for the discipline. And don't think that you can build discipline. You cannot. You can only become accustomed to it and make that choice every day. And so make that choice. Make it today, make it tomorrow, make it the next day. When you fall down, get back up. I'll see you tomorrow.